plus soul. What's up, everybody? I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back for some breaking news. Let's see if y'all can hear me, and we'll get into it. Daniel Martell, the stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children Jack and Lily, was arrested. Well, today's January 29th, 2026, isn't it? Right? And we're definitely going to run an episode later because I've got so much more content for you guys about this case and about what happened. So welcome in. Come on, guys. I know there's people in here. Let's go. I know it's breaking news, so everybody is somewhere else. Carly, what's up? I'm surprised you didn't tell me what was going down. You're in Canada. Listen, guys, yes, it's very interesting, and I'm gonna do a live stream later, a hour and a half. But look at this, guys. Daniel Martell was arrested. Look at that, man. You see it? Can you guys see? Can you see him? There it is, and I'll tell you what it is. So of course, when I hear Daniel Martell's arrested, I'm like, oh shit, maybe they found bodies, maybe they found something. But guys, I'm gonna read you the article. Hello, Catherine, Carly, thank you for being here. Just knock the trolls out if you see them. Dahlia, Clar, Anna. Listen, guys, Daniel Martell, the stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children, Jack and Lily, was arrested January 29th and is facing 3 charges: sexual assault, and forcible confinement involving an adult complaint. Now, he was released on conditions, but he's due back in court in Pictou Provincial Court on March 26th. You know what that means? Do you know what that means? That means that those documents that just came out, the unsealed documents and all of the things that Malaya was claiming that he would hold her, that he abused her, that means she wasn't lying. So what did he do to the kids? Okay, Maggie's like, what? Hey, what? All right, first of all, hit that like button, guys. Okay. I'm going to tell you again because I came in here hot and some of you guys got in late. Stepfather of Jack and Lily that uh, have been missing, well, since what, May, is charged with sexual assault of an adult and forcible confinement. Clark, I'm going to read you the article. So take a look at this real quick. All right. Okay. Take a look at this. That's Daniel Martell. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm on my phone. All right. You see him? Stepfather of 2 missing Nova Scotia kids charged with sexual assault and forcible confinement, which means that not only was Malaya not lying, but he's very abusive. He's probably still on being a mathematician. So I'm going to read you the article. What did he do to those children? That's a good question. And if we can get Malaya to start talking, we don't even know who it is at this point. That's why we're going to go over him being a psycho. I'm going to read you the article, okay? Let me read you the article. This is a pop up. Here it goes. Stepfather of 2, who have been missing for nearly 9 months, has been charged with assault, sexual assault, and forcible confinement, according to RCMP. RCMP confirms that Daniel Robert Martell, 34, of Lansdowne, Nova Scotia, was arrested Monday morning. All right. Martell has been released with conditions and is due back on March 2nd. Global News has reached out to Martell for comment, and we know how he likes to talk. So I have a feeling we're going to get him talking because he loves the camera and he loves to tell us how great he is. Now, Martell was in a common law relationship with Malaya Brooks Murray, the mother of Jack and Lily. But what this says to me is that law enforcement is going to look at the documents that were released and unredacted, and they're going to take them more seriously. And we've been talking about this for months, that something's off with him. Something's not right. Yes, he's a psycho, but he also likes to confine people or trap them. That's what Malaya says, and he's charged with confinement, guys. Hey, Krista, I'll put you guys here for a second so I can tell you guys more. My hair's on point, not really. Okay. Mimi said, I know he was guilty. I assumed they were just laying low to trick him. Well, I don't think that they're laying low to trick him. I think that they want to find the bodies and they want more evidence that's not circumstantial in order to charge anybody, right? You only get one shot. I don't care where you are. And especially, guys, in Canada, they're not as hard. Okay, Maggie Gomez says on who? Let me read you the article, okay? Later on, I'm doing a live like I always do, 4 p.m. I'm in California, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to go over why he got arrested, what coincides with his arrest, how is this going to affect the case, and people are calling him a psychopath. But let's label him for what he is and find out the psychology behind what he says and does. Now, do you think it was Malaya? Krista, I was thinking that. I was thinking that maybe since the documents were unsealed, it could have been her pressing charges, but now I'm thinking it's someone else. Hey, Liz, good to see you. Anna, yes, SA, an adult is what they said. There's no name released on it. Let me read it to you again and tell you. Daniel Martell is not the good guy, the best stepfather, the only person that's out there making a voice for those children. And remember, that morning he said he went out there to go find them. I think he went out there to go dump evidence. Okay. I don't think those children were there from the night before or early in the morning. Now, Voices Carry says, I feel like him looking on the four wheeler for the kids was actually him doing something to hide. I didn't even see that. Yes, Voices, absolutely. And listen, those ATVs that he was out on, I cannot get it past me that it was that ATV was clean as a whistle. How in the hell are you going out there when it's foggy and drizzling and rainy and we can clearly see the terrain in the mud? But he went out there to go look for them and there was not a drop of mud on the ATV. And I absolutely think at that time he went and dropped some things. What's up, Dahlia? Thank you so much, Dahlia X, for the yesterday you hooked me up with a super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So listen, he went out there and I absolutely believe that the children were already dead sometime in my opinion. This is my opinion only. It's all speculation. Nothing's proven. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. What he is what he is accused of, however, validates. Thank you, Shadow. It wasn't even dirty. How can you go on an ATV in that kind of terrain looking for children frantically with not a splash of water, dirt, dust? I don't believe it. I believe he went out. Thank you, Krista. Krista sent me a gift. Woo! Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. I'm hoping you get a membership soon because we're doing a lot of giveaways. All right. So this is crazy. I meant from the beginning. Okay, now listen, Malaya's got to know something. And now it makes more sense. Right. Voices says I'm right there on the process with you. It makes more sense that the abuse that was happening in the household was mainly by Daniel, but I believe because both were doing meth, I absolutely believe you're never going to convince me that Malaya wasn't doing math with him. Now, did she get away from that and maybe stop now? Yes. But do I understand better why she just left? My pleasure, girlie. You're such a legend. You're awesome. Thank you. It's better than getting awful comments. Lolly and Brittany, aka BJ, are both grifters. Everyone be careful. Justine Sutherland. Well, listen, I only have to be told one time that you don't want my advice, and then I'm done. And I'm sure I'm going to be laughed at a little bit today because, yeah, I was trying to help BJ out, and I got yelled at by her on her stream. So I will not be back. So don't worry, I will not be back on that stream ever. If people don't want my advice or don't want my help, I don't push myself on them. Bah, Felicia, I did my best. I'm done white knighting and playing Captain Save-A-Ho. That's it. That's all done. All right. That being said, guys, I have a episode scheduled for today that was I was going to go over the very first, and you guys probably never heard this. She yelled at you too, Nessa. Were you there last night, Nessa? People were very upset when I got yelled at. That people were saying Jay didn't do anything. That's not fair. And you know what? I'm not a beggar. I don't need attention. I like Nessa. I like you, and I like some of the people in the chat. And I had her back. But once you yell at me and you do something like that, deuces. I got much better ways to spend my time, like talking about Daniel Martell, who was arrested. All right. I don't even want to get into the drama on this, guys. Just you guys, people were there. They saw it. The Chromicide's gonna play it today and probably make fun of me, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. All right. Chucky the doll is under the police spotlight. I've got Chucky the doll. You want to see Chucky the doll under the spotlight? Deuces, no drama, love it. Yeah, you don't get to tell me no twice. That's it. It was ages ago when I asked about relatives of Sebastian's mother. Okay, so listen, there's an arrest. It is not related to at this time the disappearance or the children being unalived. All right. Justine said, I'm sorry for coming in like that and I'm not a troll. Well, thank you. You're definitely not a troll and it's okay. I don't do drama on my streams. I'm strictly true crime. I go to other channels to decompress and talk with people. But if someone doesn't want me, I'm out. Now, Sebastian, I was going to do a stream today to show you all the very first Sebastian interview and compare that with the Hans interview and what the body language, linguistics, and comparison of the first interview that you probably never knew existed. Thank you, Justine. So, yes, avoiding I'm a true crime channel. I'm not doing that stuff. So I think the girlfriend after Malaya might have pressed charges. Sadie's mama, that's what I'm thinking. Emmy's good. Emmy's moves. Hey, hon. All right, listen. So let me just read this to you guys, so you don't, if anyone just rolled in. I pulled up the article, but I have also got AI. All right, now Daniel Martell, the stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children Jack and Lily, was arrested on January 29th, 2026, and is facing 3 charges: sexual assault, and forcible confinement involving an adult complaint. Now, Daniel was dating and he had another girlfriend allegedly. All right. There was an alleged other girlfriend. And I'm thinking if it wasn't her, then he was out there on the market dating who he could. And I believe he's absolutely a rapist, guys. I absolutely have always believed that. I never said it because I didn't want to mix that in. I don't think that he sexually assaulted the children, but I absolutely think that he abused Jack and Lily. I believe he gave them black eyes. I believe he abused Malaya. And I believe the only reason Malaya is not saying anything is because now she can be charged as an accessory. All right. AI isn't a flex and often gives bad information. Well, it's not a flex I undercover whatever you're saying. What I'm telling you is I have an article up on the screen. Okay. And beside that, I've got AI to give you guys an understanding of the case. So I'm not trying to flex. And if you say another dumb comment, you're getting kicked out. All right. Because we don't talk like that to each other. I've got the article from Global News, right? Globalnews.ca. It's right there. Hold on. Let me scroll down or scroll up. All right. If you guys can see it right there, it's from Canada. There's the article. All right. Stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children charged with sexual assault of an adult forcible confinement. It came out at 2:42 p.m., I guess yesterday, but they re-updated it. All right? So, there it is. It's a fact. There's multiple articles and I have them ready for you. All right, so listen. So we know he's got 3 charges and we now understand that not only is he a weirdo and an abuser, but he's also a rapist as well because when you say that you forcibly held someone and then sexually assaulted them, that equals rape to me. Will we finally get to know where the children are? I hope so because listen, uh, Hun Hun X Lamb, what law enforcement usually will do is use this as leverage to get the most information. Daniel's been lying and trying to make himself look good since day one, right? And yes, where there's smoke, there's fire. So let me just tell you, I gave you the information that everybody else has. I want to know from you guys if you want to talk about this further at 4 o'clock, or do you want me to do my Sebastian stream? I have 2 streams ready for you. If you want the Daniel Martell story, put 1. If you want me to do Sebastian like I was going to do today, I can push it to tomorrow, hit 2. 1 for the Daniel Martell arrest and 2 for Sebastian. All right. I'm still going to cover Sebastian anyway. All right, calling immigration. Do it, West Cruz. Call immigration. Go. Let's get ICE out here. No, we're still doing Sebastian. We're still doing that. But 1 for Jack and Lily, 2 for Sebastian. I'm not going to not cover it. I've got both episodes ready to go, guys. Okay. All right. So listen, yeah, touching without permission is SA. But it's also, in my opinion, SA two 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 two. It says 1 and 2. That's so funny. Can you do both? Well, you guys hit that like button, get yourself a membership or whatever. Get a membership, gift a membership. Tap on the screen for your girl so I can be on here more. And yes, come to Canada, Carly. If I'm coming to Canada, I'm staying at your house in the basement or somewhere, girl. All right, so listen. Key facts about Daniel Martell, guys. He's 34 years old. He lives in Lansdowne. He wasn't a common law. He wasn't married to Malaya. He is and was the stepfather of Lily and Jack, who went missing on May 2nd, 2025. I will get the charges. I will find the charging documents when they're released. I know, but I still have to cover Sebastian. What's up, Nikki? Crazed, Candy, Krista, Electric Eye. Hey, Electric Eye. Janet Rawlings, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Okay, so listen, from the beginning, we knew something was off with Daniel. Now we want to find the actual charges, and I'm looking for those. All right. So, here's the thing: he sexually assaulted, not just sexual assault, but also a physical assault, and he forcibly confined, which means kind of like the Buzzard case. You remember, Ashley Buzzard, Melody Buzzard? She confined the guy, wouldn't let him leave the house. Sadie's mama, good to see you. Nikki, OG. Nikki likes to call me an OG. Yeah, I'm 46 years old. I am an OG. You're right. Not the stepfather, mom's boyfriend, and baby daddy. Well, they call him that. You're right. You're right. They call him that. And from this point, before he portrayed himself as, all right, he portrayed himself as a good guy and the only person that's standing up for Jack and Lily. Now, he's done this before. He did this to Malaya, but I think this is a totally separate person. Thank you, frustration, speculation. I appreciate that. Okay, so listen, he's got those 3 charges, identity, they haven't released it yet. Custody court papers say he was arrested January 29th, released with conditions, going to appear in court on March 2nd. What's known publicly, media and RCMP reports state the charges relate to an adult complainant. No name or identifying details have been published by authorities. Now, the nature of the allegation, the charge describes as involving assault, sexual assault, and forcible confinement of an adult not named. And then his behavior and public persona. Might as well just go over that. You can read it. What can you read? Yes, I can read your chat. Okay, what's up? We see you, Carly. I don't know what Meth Leia was explaining to do, I reckon. Right? Okay, let me just continue with this because I wanted you guys to see that, in my opinion, progress is coming. All right. Chantel, Canadian. Oh my God, Jay, no way. Yes, Daniel Martell was arrested for the things that Malaya recently, we saw in documents, accused him of doing. He did it again to someone else, guys. So public records will come out when they want to. But what I want to tell you guys, Martell has been publicly visible on YouTube. He's been on Dolly's channel. He's been on Clutch Them Pearls and probably several others. The Drunk Turkey Show, remember? Um, okay, so what's up, girl? Why you on? I'm on because breaking news, my friend. Daniel Martell was arrested. The stepfather of Jack and Lily has been charged with sexual assault, forcible confinement, and assault. All right. I'm coming back at 4. It's not an arrest for the kids. However, this solidifies, and we know, yeah, Duper's delight, we know now that he is in fact what Malaya said he is, because we have another person, which means that he probably was abusing the children before I can say he was. Okay, it's a start, and I think they're going to use that start as a way to find out what happened. I've always told you guys, if they can separate Daniel from Malaya as far as the case goes, and they can get her to talk. All right. Uh, Nessa from the UK, it's noon here. It's 12 o'clock here. So in 4 hours, I'll be live. Okay. So 12 in the UK, 12 here. I'm sorry, 12 in the United States. So whatever time, 4 hours from now, 3.75 hours. All right, Pearl Mori, how you doing? How's every? Yes, we just went over Jack's black eye. Not only did he have a black eye, Clark, he also had a split lip. It was bad. I believe he abused all of them, and something happened, and they covered it up. And Malaya knows. But all I've ever wanted was for Malaya to get out from that cloud that she's been in of fear, because I absolutely believe that she fears Daniel still. I think she knows something. I wish she would have came forward. Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. Come back, please. Come back, come back. One love. What's up, Mo? Okay, it is a big deal. And now listen, Martell has been speaking to the media and online frequently, guys, about the disappearance of Jack and Lily. He's participated in multiple interviews and publicly denied any wrongdoing. He also underwent investigative steps such as a polygraph, which we discussed. And someone sent me a link that showed that the media did say that they passed the polygraph, but I don't know I don't know. I can't verify that with law enforcement. Okay, so listen. So now he's arrested. I wonder if they're going to try to get him to talk, and because he's playing dad of the year, right? Stepdad of the year. Is he going to put it off on Malaya now? And I'm in California, sunshine lady. You see, I got my vest and my shirt on. All right, Daniel's a good guy. Just ask him. Oh dear Lord. Okay, so listen. He's been all over the place, and he denies that he did anything. Allegations in court and reports since have revealed that he's physically abusive in the months before the children went missing, including accusations, guys, by the children's mother, Malaya, that Martell was physically abusive towards her and the children. All right. So not only is he a sexual abuser, but more than likely he's a rapist. He's a piece of shit. And I hope that he gets what's coming to him soon. All right. So glad you get to come live to break the news. I was feeling to pop up on YouTube. So glad you did. Me too. They texted each other with input plans. And I don't think where he went. Thank you, One Love. You're so sweet for the heart. Okay, floating heart. Woo. Okay, listen. So, allegations recently surfaced that just came out about 7 days ago. What Malaya, they were unsealed, and so we know Malaya said he's abusive. Now, The shift from a publicly vocal family member and media presence to a charged suspect. That this is Daniel. Daniel is now no longer the public voice of the family. He's now charged as a suspect in a separate adult victim case, which, guys, this changes his legal status and his public perception. More than likely, it's absolutely going to affect the ongoing investigations about Jack and Lily's disappearance. And it gives Malaya, the in it gives her the in to tell law enforcement now that he abused her and he abused the children maybe the night before and accidentally, or he left his stuff out, they OD'd, and then he got rid of the bodies. Something's going to happen, and I knew it. It's like Chris and Katie. The moment that you can drive a wedge between them, look at how Katie is with Chris Proudfoot. Katie's real meek and quiet, and she acts like she's an abused, hurt animal when she's sitting with Chris, right? And Malaya, I showed you the earlier videos, guys, of Malaya, right? MBM is still going to be Jen Soto 2.0. You got that. Now, guys, we saw how Malaya transformed from the time she was a teenager to when she just had the children to being looking like she's been abused. She also fled after the children went missing. She fled, took off, and took the baby. All right. He's out on his own. Yes, he is out on his own recognizance right now, and he has to go back on March 2nd. You got to remember, Canada is Canada's crazy. They're a lot lighter. Okay, so guys, his appearance will be on March 2nd, 2026. We're gonna watch out for the filings and RCMP updates. RCMP says additional charges or evidence may be disclosed as court documents are unsealed, right? Because right now it's hard to get them unsealed over there where they are. All right. And there's another one of him. Let me turn this around. All right. There's another one of Daniel trying to play the good guy, right? Trying to play the good guy. You can see the article now. Daniel Martell, the stepfather of two Nova Scotia children who disappeared nearly 9 months ago, has been charged with sexual assault, and forcible confinement. CBC News has learned Nova Scotia or RCMP confirmed that Martell was arrested on Monday and is facing the three charges that I just told you, involving an adult complainant. Martell is due back in Pictou Provincial Court on March 2nd. Martell is 34 years old, was living with Jack and Lily and their mother at the time of their disappearance from his family home in Lansdowne in May. Again, we're still focused on Jack and Lily here. I mean, I think that's why we're here, right? Is because Jack and Lily, we want to find them and we want justice. It's not justice until we either find their bodies or we find them. Sherlock Homegirl, and prayers to everybody. If you're going through anything, we're here for you. All right. SA is very concerning. Acting badly, sexual assault is very, very concerning. And the forcible confinement is also concerning because now I 110% agree and understand that Malaya had probably been abused by him for years. She acted like a hurt animal. All right. She acted all like that. And Angie, wow, something has to come for the light for the babies. I hope this puts a boost. Now, they've been missing since May 2nd, 2025. Malaya's the one that called 911, guys. Search and rescue spent days combing through the thick woods that surround. The extensive grid search turned up little evidence apart from the pink blanket and the child-sized boot print. I hope you guys also remember that Daniel Martell, didn't he find one of the blankets or a piece of blanket and we never heard about it? I think so. I think so. He all of a sudden went out there and oh wow, look at this great stand-up guy. He found a piece of evidence. Or what about this? What about he planted that piece of evidence there? How do you feel about that? Lovely land. I would just like to say, perhaps sharing the faces of minor victims No, we need the faces of minor victims because these children are missing, and people need to know that Jack and Lily are missing. So it has nothing to do with us not if we don't show their faces, then people won't know who Jack and Lily is. Okay, so yes, in other cases, I don't show the children. In the case of the Teppies, I have pictures of the Teppy children and I would never show them. But we need to know where these children are. And yes, she looked like the fear battered woman. All right. The kids are missing. Yeah, everyone needs to see them. So yeah, we don't need to do that. We don't show kids if they're victims in a different way or they're SA'd. These children are missing and we need to bring them home. All right. Everyone needs to see them. She's a mother. That's why she has not said what they may have done in any way from a while, hasn't said anything. Because she's afraid of getting into shit and she's as guilty as him. I agree. I absolutely agree. What samples came from the bathroom? I just came and was worried. So yes, no, it's about the children. They're missing. And here's the thing: this Daniel Martell guy has been playing the concerned father. He's been in all the interviews, and he's been trying to catch women. I heard he had a new girlfriend, but now I don't know if he assaulted his girlfriend or if it's another girl that maybe said, "Hey, I saw you on the internet or I saw you online and oh, you're such a good guy, blah blah blah." We don't know, but we know he's out there tricking around and being abusive still, right? But I got to say, I feel like he planted the evidence, okay? I feel like the evidence that he claimed to have found was something that he put himself. And yeah, Malaya, she knows they're missing because of Daniel, in my opinion, or in your opinion. Okay, now he's insinuating himself into the case very heavily. And MM Clark, the reason I've said that too is when people insert themselves that heavily, it's because they want to know what evidence law enforcement has. Okay, so since we have the kids up there, let's just talk about them real quickly. Authorities brought the cadaver dogs, conducted 75 searches or interviews and several polygraphs. They reviewed 1,066 tips and 8,000 video files that have been assigned to RCMP. Yet the children's disappearance have fueled widespread speculation and accusations online amid the international media attention. RCMP but RCMP Rob McCammon said that earlier this month, none of the children's family members were suspect in the disappearance. He says, "I wouldn't say anybody's a suspect," said McCammon, the officer in charge of major crime and behavioral science. "We continue to gather information, whatever evidence." And again, I'm sure they do not want to, I'm sure they don't want to um, they're not going to put it out there that he's a suspect. Then they're going to get him to stop talking. Okay. So, what I was going to do today was go over this, if there's any other information. And then also, I was going to go over Daniel Martell's uh, body language, his behavior, and break that down. So, you guys, let me know if you want me to cover the Sebastian first ever interview. I did not know it existed, as well as I have a timeline of all the interviews and how their character has changed. I have that scheduled or this. So, one, if you guys want me to continue Jack and Lily today, and I'll do Sebastian tomorrow, or two, if you want Sebastian. Looking forward to tonight's live. And guys, it's 12:30 p.m. over here, so I will be live in 3.5 hours. Okay. What happened? Daniel Martell is arrested. He got arrested for 3 major charges. So I'll come back and I'll try to find as much information as I possibly can. And then we're going to go over this psychopath. I'm not qualified to call him that, but many people are saying he's a psychopath. So we're going to go over his behavior and the arrest charges and see what I can find. And then tomorrow I have a special episode for you guys that's gonna knock your freaking socks off because it does mine. Yes, he's arrested. Holy cow! All right, guys, the charges one more time. Oh, yeah, yeah. Here are the 3 charges, guys. Daniel Martell, stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children Jack and Lily, was arrested on January 29th and is facing 3 charges: sexual assault, and forcible confinement involving an adult complainant that they haven't named. He's been arrested and released with conditions that he's due back in Pictou Provincial Court on March 2nd, 2026. All right. We don't know about the mom. We don't know any of that, but I am going to come on later on and we'll go over this together, whatever I can find, and then we're going to go over his behaviors. So you're very welcome. Thank you, everybody that came here. If you guys help me get in the algorithm, that would be fantastic. All right, hit the like, subscribe, and share with your community. Tammy says, "Hey, girl, I miss your shows. Your videos have a great day. God bless you." Well, God bless you. And yeah, Malaya, man. I wonder if Malaya's gonna come out now. All right, mods and everybody. Carly, you're in Canada. Do me a favor. If you see anything at all that's new about this case or his arrest, if it hits you in Canada first, please send me a text. Thank you. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you in 3.5 hours. Well, I haven't heard much on this case. Anything new? Can't believe they haven't been found. All right, guys. I'll see you. Oh, you're from Canada too? I love you. Pronounced it Pictou. Didn't I say Pictou? Or is it Pictou? I don't know. Love you guys. I'll be back in a bit. Thanks for being here, Cat H, and coming out of the bushes. Love you. All right. Carly's my girl. You guys know Carly's my channel manager, right? We don't see her modding every day, but she's my backbone of Guilty of Crime. So thank you, Carly, for being the backbone for me. She helps me make good decisions and she helps me stay away from bad decisions, right? She's like wife number 2, but straight. All right, guys, love you. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye bye. And